There we go. And so this is gonna be this first stream, man. So it's like it's just gonna be me and you, dog.
All right. I look forward to it. Yeah, remember, we just here to help these men get them right.
Yeah.
Life is good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Here we go. Give me a second. You got a better here right here. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Yo, 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 we in here. Let's get it.
Mm.
So tonight we're gonna start off with our mental agility. I got my cousin here, Hit and Run. He got a YouTube channel. If y'all would like to, I suggest you go subscribe to him because my brother got some good knowledge over there. He's more in the relationship lane, how to maneuver in this modern world with these modern women during these modern times. So if you need some of that knowledge on how to get right, he'll get you there. You got a couple of things you want to say before we kick it off?
Young man, we're here to help you. I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did. We're about being better. We're about being focused, and we're about being men, real men, not the alphabet boys, the real men.
Here, here. All right. So I know you've seen the title of the stream. So it's the easiest way to get out of poverty, or the fastest way to get out of poverty. This is a story that's never told, right? So you talking to two gentlemen right now that grew up in poverty, that didn't have anything. We struggled. We didn't have the best of meals, didn't have the best of clothes. Hell, we used to borrow each other clothes. You remember them days,
Amen.
weren't you? So, but as we got older and we got mature, we found a way out. And if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have made the choice that eventually saved my life.
The red pill or the blue pill.
All right. So I know you guys are wondering, hey, what is he talking about? What's the fastest way out of poverty? Well, I'm pretty sure if you looked at the thumbnail, you kind of know what we're talking about. So it's like this right here. How we got out of poverty is through joining the military. So it's like this right here. First and foremost, it ain't that easy. I mean, if you got a lick of sense, if you got a brain, if you know how to study and you know how to understand and how to pass the ASVAB, that's the first step, right? So before we get into it, I'm gonna let you know about a couple of prerequisites. All right, you got to make sure that you have not a you can't have a bad criminal background, no felonies, certain misdemeanors won't even let you get in the military. So that's the first thing to check off the block. Another thing is if you're not where you think you need to be mentally, physically, spiritually, or emotionally, the military will get you there. It'll teach you mental toughness. It'll teach you courage. It'll teach you leadership. selfless service, defending your country, and it'll teach you how to respect others as well as respect yourself. It seems like a lot of men out here today, they don't respect themselves. They don't understand their value. You know, you might not have much value as a young man, but believe me, potential is where it's at. All right. So the process of joining the military is real simple. Once you pass the practice as valve, you go to your nearest MEP station and you'll take the real ass valve to where you'll get slotted and get offered what type of positions that you would need. I mean that you qualify for rather, excuse me. And then once that's over with, you schedule a date for when you're supposed to ship out the basic training, or what some people say boot camp. All right.
Don't
Now,
forget the physical and the drug test.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. The physical and the drug test. So you gotta be fit. You don't have to be physically fit, but you can't be, as we say in the military, broken. Meaning you can't run, you can't jump. You gotta be in fit condition because you don't have to be in the best shape because in boot camp they're gonna get you there.
You
I
can't
know
be Precious or Fat Albert.
there you go. I know my cousin when he was in the military and I was still out here trying to make a way for myself. I always knew my cousin to be a big boy. We called him Big Worm back in the day, you know. And the first time I seen him come back from the military, I almost didn't recognize him. I never seen him in that type of shape in my life. It was impeccable. You got
I went
anything
into
to add?
basic training. I was I was in the 230s. When I think you seen me when I came back. That was back when jersey was still in style. You know, I was rocking the jersey. This time I had to put a t-shirt under it. I was like, I can let the muscles flex. I left out of basic. I went from 233 to 197. It was a lean 197. So it
There you
really did change me. I didn't, I didn't have to wear the shirt under there no more. I was like, I was cold. Had my dog tags on with my jersey on. Had a little band over my eye like I was Nelly or something. I don't know. I was doing all the things.
killing it. Yeah, see, for those guys that can't get their body right, they need a little help. And that's one of the things they always tell you in these men's spaces that you got to get your body right. You get your body right, you get your money right, and then you go in the dress game, you go into the actual spitting game. One of the most important things that you have as a man is your appearance. That's the first thing people see. All right. So we got through with the process of joining the military. Now let's talk about some benefits. What were the benefits like when you first came in, Warren?
When I first came in, the benefits course, they already let you know you had your GI Bill and everything. But the most greatest benefit people don't understand in the military is being in the military or networking. Just like you would go to college, you want to pledge Q, you want to go to sororities or fraternity. I tell you, the military networking is the greatest networking in this country. Because what it allows and what you get for you. There's times I got pulled over for speeding. I would always slide my driver's license and my military ID over there. Hey man, slow it down because most of the time I use those cops for foreign military. That's one of the benefits of that. Not to mention, I mean, you get discounts on everything, but that was one of the best perks. And it got you. I said, even now, you get in, you've been in NCO, you know, and everything. Soldiers get in trouble in the civilian world. They call the military to come pick them up. That's you.
Mm,
You ain't got to pay your bail money. Now you're going to deal with it when you see your first sergeant, you're going to see your sergeant major, but you ain't got to worry. You're going to get bailed out, but they're going to take out your ass. I'm going to tell you that right now. But that was the greatest benefit for me first coming in and understanding that the lies that were told before I was joined, because, before I joined, people were telling me I was crazy. We growing up in the hood, man, you don't want to do all that. Man, you're going to be eating all these crazy food. You're going to be out there starving and everything. Man, the food was good. The food was better
mm,
deployed than anything. I was
mm.
like, I didn't eat like this in the hood. I mean, me, it was ramen noodles. That was our delicacy. With
You
collard
got a
greens that
good.
Sunday, when we seen them greens on Sunday, or that dressing, there it was. But in the military, you ate good. Over there in Iraq, we had the lobster, the steak and shrimp. Like This is nothing what I was told from a bunch of Negroes who ain't never went nowhere in their life.
There
But the
you go. Hey,
benefit of all the military is the networking.
I'm glad you brought that up. Like, there's a major bit misconception, and I kind of believe it too. You know, some of us older guys, like we both, well, hit and run, because he just eclipsed 40, but I'm not too far behind him. But one of the greatest hood classics of all time, Boys in the Hood,
Mm.
where what was Trey Daddy name? Lawrence Fishburne. What's his name?
Oh
Uh,
man, I can't think.
what was his
You
name?
give me a second.
Jeez, I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
Just go ahead and make your point. I'll get it in a second.
All right, cool. So when Trey's daddy was talking to him when they was skipping rocks by the stream, he said, "There ain't no place for a black man in the military." And I'm here to tell you, that's a damn lie.
Mm.
I'm living proof. My cousin living proof. We got other predecessors after us. I mean, before us, living successful off of the benefits that they got in the military, right? So I let Hit and Run talk a couple of points about the benefits of the military back when he was in. Now let's talk about some of the benefits of the military while I'm in currently. So one of the biggest benefits of the military is it gets you out of poverty, right?
Jason.
Now,
He was Jason.
Jason, okay, there it is. Now, when it comes to the benefits of getting out of the hood, you're going to be in a structured environment. Everything's going to be clean, and you're going to have expectations put on you, and those expectations are only going to make you a better man. You're going to learn new things about life. You're going to learn different backgrounds, different ethnicities. You're going to see people that you might have not even seen if you're from a small town like where we were from. You know, so that's another aspect of the military when it comes to the benefits. You broaden your horizon. You get to you get to go new places, experience new things, experience new cultures. It's just endless benefits that come to the military. Now let's talk about the money. All right. When you first come into the military, no, the money's not good. It's not the best, but you get a roof over your head that's probably better than the roof that you came from. If you like us that was born up in poverty, you're gonna get 3 square meals a day, and it's no BS. You're not eating no ramen noodles. You'll get your occasional collard greens on Thanksgiving and stuff, but you'll get you'll get the you'll get the hotline, which comes with burgers, pizza, things of that nature. You shouldn't be eating that, especially if you're trying to maintain your body. But you'll have healthy, nutritional food, and you don't have to pay for it. In a way, you do pay for it. The military will give you money, but they take that money right back, and then they give you a meal card. And that meal card is used 3 days, 3 times a day, and sometimes twice on the weekends because people got to live their lives, you know. Now, let's talk about the educational benefits. The educational benefits, you're not going to get those on the front end when you first join. The military is like you got to give us a year, and then once you give them a year, that's when some of the opportunities go to open it up for you, give you a chance to go to school for free. You can start working on your education, right? And
Yeah,
another
you can speak on
benefit,
definitely on the inside, like because you went to school while you're in the military. I went to school outside the military. Let me tell you something. You can't beat it. Your GI Bill. You got 10 years to use your GI Bill. I'm going to tell you like this. You're going to get, if you live in the state of Texas, they're going to pay for your school directly. Once you go there, they got services at all of these colleges to take care of your VA. They got all these people. I went to Houston Community College. They got a group that's dedicated just to that. They pay for your school. You don't have to worry about it. Just do your paperwork, online stuff. Then you're going to get your check first of the month. You can go to school, be a full-time student. You'll get 17.25 back when I was doing it. Get you a part-time job, make the same $3,400. If you're a single man, you got your 1 bedroom apartment. You living like a king. You living
Yes,
like a king.
sir.
Especially
Yes,
you ain't got
sir.
no
So
kids. You just got a cell phone bill, your rent, electricity. Usually there's no gas, but it's usually just electric and your water. You're fine. Got you an A and B car, you good to go. No issues. You get that check on the first month, your school's paid for, you got your part-time job, you have no issues. I'm telling you that personally.
now,
Your books are
when
also
you
paid for too.
when you come into the military, especially if you're focused and you got a goal in mind, even if it's not to do a whole career in the military, on the back end, say you do 3 years, you come in enlistment contract, 3 years, and then you get out. Within those 3 years, you need to be thinking about what's next. What are you going to do with your life? You got 3 years to focus on your purpose. To ask yourself, what am I going to do to get better? Right? Tell you a story about mine. Now, my story is going to be a little different. When I first came into the military, I wanted to be like hit and run here. I wanted to be a truck driver, right? So I came into the military and they offered me some jobs. One of them was to be a transportation specialist, which was a truck driver. And then the other one was to be a petroleum supply specialist. And my recruiter told me it's the same thing as a truck driver, but you get to drive fuel trucks. And then when you get out the army, you can with your hazmat license, you can drive fuel trucks. Now I was sold, and to let you know right off the top, recruiters do have a tendency to tell the truth, but it's like nuance, right? Okay, yeah, I could have got out the army and became a truck driver. And the military has programs for that. They call it troops to transport. But initially coming in, you're not getting your CDLs because you got to put the time in, and that's what's important. Nothing in this world that's worth having, you're gonna get it easy. Everything is a battle, you know. So that opportunity was there for me, but I became a patriot. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I decided to continue to serve my country, and it's put
Which
me in
was
a
a
better
great
position.
decision.
Yeah, yeah.
Not to
Because
be
going
retired.
going back home, there ain't nothing there. There's nothing there for me anyway. You know. So
Neither of us.
that's the hey,
Looks like
that's
Afghanistan.
that's one of the many benefits, right? So another benefit that comes with being in the military is when you actually go to school while you're in the military, they pay you to go to school as long as you keep your grades up. You know, you maintain that 2.5 GPA and you don't fail any of your classes. The military, they're going to pay for your education. And since the the pay scale is a little different because some money that we get, we're not we're not held accountable for. So the money that you do get is it's pretty at the average pay scale for however however old you are at your age if you join the military young. So if you join the military young, like let's say 17, 18, 19, you're gonna make about $20,000 a year if you're single, right? And with that $20,000, what you do get out of that is you don't pay medical insurance, you don't pay dental insurance. You can go see the doctor as many times as you want. You're not paying a copay. You can go to the dentist as many times as you want. You're not paying a copay. You're not paying rent. And the only time you're paying for food is when you're going out with a night on the town. You make about coming into the military, you'll make anywhere around $1,200 every 2 weeks, and that's roughly $600 a month. But when you look at it realistically, you're not paying for rent and you're not paying for your food if you pay your cards right. You're only paying for your food when you go out and you eat with your buddies. All right.
Only thing you paying for is a
So,
damn cell phone. That's all you paying for is your cell phone.
uh,
Got no lights,
cell
no gas,
phone,
no water, no bills. That's all you got is your cell phone. And most of y'all gonna
cell
be
phone,
prepaid anyway. Straight talk, $35.
cell phone, and internet. And if Lord forbid, if you go buy a new car, which I don't recommend you doing,
Hell,
do like Hit and Run said. Get you an A to B car, something that you can pay cash with, something that you can save your money up to get, and then buy it outright. You'll be making it. You'll be making it.
you be making it real good. You get your enlistment bonus. If you get an enlistment bonus, buy you a cash car and call it a day. That's the shit
Buy
you
you buy you a Lincoln Town car, put 24s on it, huh?
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That was me. That's how I was able to get him to join the army. When I came in there and stayed at his house, we were military buddies. He had to go take somebody to work. And I was like, man, can I drive? He's like, man, you can drive my car. He gave me the keys. He said, man, I might have to do this army thing. I'm telling you, dog. Hey, when you come back with the deployment money, hey, you gonna feel like a whole different man. I'm telling you. No kids, single, that deployment money, that hit differently. And
And
you
that's
live with the
another
parents.
and that's another benefit when you're deployed. Like there's no war going on right now, so if you deploy, you're going to be in Korea, you'll be in Germany, you'll be in Poland. You get to see the world,
Kuwait.
depending on what Kuwait, depending on what branch you in. If you in and when you in other branches, you in Japan, you're in Guam, you're in Rome, you know, and you're not spending any money, and you're getting separation pay because you're not in the United States, and you get to see the world. Like I said, the benefits are endless, you know. So we covered the benefits. We covered. Oh, we hadn't even touched the old school side of the GI Bill. Let's talk about the new school side of the post 9/11 GI Bill.
Okay.
So I know a lot about this one right here because I kind of came up in that era. So the
Okay.
post 9/11 GI Bill, not only are they going to pay for your education, but they're also going to give you basic allowance for housing so you can have money to keep a roof over your head while you go to school. You can get you a part-time job and you'll be set. Or you can go back home with your family, reestablish yourself, and that basic allowance for housing goes in your pocket. Now, it'll be in your best interest to kick your family some money because you know they are providing a roof over your head. But you don't have to
Yeah,
give them
yeah.
it all.
Give your dad some beer money.
There you go. So let me tell you about how the military. I'm gonna let Hit and Run go first. Tell us about how the military saved your life.
Well, guys, growing up where we were, I grew up in a part of town called the Thunder Zone, where the people that are your role models, either crackheads, thieves, scammers, want to be gangsters, and drug dealers. And trust me, you don't want to be any one of them because it was just better to get a 9 to 5.
Don't forget the hood ball players like Bap.
Oh yeah, Hall of Famers. You can be a Hall of Famer in the hood. And it was a choice. I got caught up in the lives, guys. I was in the streets. Um, I was out there nickel and diamond. Could have made more money working at McDonald's, but it was just so called in the hood. They tell you want to be a drug dealer. You just go to sports somewhere. You're gonna be a rapper. That you gotta be realistic. But it happened after a drug bust. R.I.P. to Chucky and Spank, Chris. We were up there. We got the police busting in on us, and it's like, you know what? I'd rather die in Iraq than die in these streets because at least in Iraq I'll be considered a hero. They'll put at least a flag over my grave that said he was a hero, something special. Then he was a headache and a problem. So I ended up joining. And guys, when I say it was the best choice in my decision in my life, I didn't know it until it just got later in the years. All the things you get from it, it really was. It was everything and more. I was living in a Lucinda house. You know, my grandma's house. You know that shotgun house. We
Yep.
had no central air. We had one air conditioner in that front room, and we tried our best. And you had to shut the doors. And if you wanted to be real cool, you had to go in that one room will be real cold. And in my room, it was just hot. I had to get 2 fans. Sometimes we'd be in there playing whatever Sega, we'd be sweating. And I had that one TV. My God. And at night, lights off, roaches everywhere. Cut the lights on, roaches scattered there. You just see them everywhere. But that was my life. And we didn't even have the cordless phone. We had the one, the string phone and everything. That's how I lived. But I was either headed to prison, the grave, and I decided to give military the chance. Went up to MEPS, did my ASVAB, and I didn't want to let everybody know in the hood I was smart. Oh, you can read? So I didn't want to let them know that. So took my ASVAB, got a 92. They gave me a bonus, and I was like, you know what? Let me go. It took me a while longer. I wish I would have left at 18. Maybe things would have changed up a little bit different for me, but I left in at 20. And here I am 20 years later, still repping First Cav. All the things I learned through all the skills and all the networking, I tell you. And when we go back home, and just mental will tell you that, mental agility will tell you that, when we go back home, you still see niggas that you grew up with doing the same shit. Just, it's the Walking Dead. Ninjas walking around. And don't see the girls that you used to like in school. It's just Precious, and it's Oompa Loompas everywhere. You ain't missing nothing being home. Take a chance, leave. That's why I laugh when they say something about passport bros. Man, guys in the military have been passport bros a long time ago.
There you go.
Saved your life.
So I'm gonna shed a little light. So I came into the military in 2006, and I joined the military after getting fired from the only job I ever got fired from, and that human resources personnel, when he fired me, what he actually did was gave me an opportunity in life. All right.
Amen.
I tried to work. I tried to work these in and odd jobs, and wasn't working out for me. I had a fiance, had a baby on the way, and I didn't. All I could think about is I didn't want my child to grow up the same way I did. So what did I do? I joined the military. Now I'll give another story. That's a topic for another video. Because I had my shortcomings with I had my drama filled experiences with my ex-wife. Yes, ex-wife. But the military saved me through the recession back in '07, '08,
The first one,
the
yeah.
the government shutdown, and now up to the pandemic and this stagflation that we're going through, where people can't afford to live, jobs are not paying enough. I'm to a point where now I'm in my career because I invested in it, and I told myself this was it for me. I've been able to stay in a bubble, and I've been able to persevere through all the stuff that the normal people have been going through. You know, so I could talk about my divorce. I could talk about getting everything taken from me in the divorce. I could talk about still paying for a car that I lost in a divorce that I no longer own. But this career that I chose, the military, it saved my life, man. You know, it helped me power through all that other nonsense. You know, the people gonna try to tear you down no matter where you at. And I ain't gonna lie to you. People will try to tear you down when you're in the military
But
because you know.
let interject what you're saying though. I know we points, but divorce and military is like, as Smokey would say, Kool-Aid and sugar, ham
Peanut butter and
and
jelly.
burger. It goes together. And that's because we were told lies to get married, have wives, military. That was that older generation before us. Because it happened to me. Let me tell you something. Most of the people you talk to, see in the military, man, they divorced. They've been married once already. It's just what it is. They had that story. They got deployed. I was deployed. Mine was chopping up the chaplain assistant. It happens. My ex-wife been married 4 times since me, and I'm the problem. But that's a whole other story. But it's just one of those things when you choose the wrong mate. And that's one thing in the career. I wish I would have stayed single. That was the biggest detriment. We could talk about injuries and stuff happened, but me getting married when I wasn't, brain hadn't formed and I didn't understand. And that's the one thing I just want to tell young men: you ain't got to get a wife. You ain't got to get married. You ain't got to have a rush to have kids. I don't know who told y'all this lie, just like they told us lies. Don't join the military, especially in the black community. Don't do that. You don't want to do that. Yeah, you do. But whoever's telling you these lies, you need to get married and make some woman a wholesome woman. A lot of them ain't even wholesome. You're playing. You're playing with something that can't be. You're trying to turn. Trying to make
Hold
brick
on,
into
Jerry.
clay dough. Build something. That brick is already formed.
Hold on, hit and run. See, you getting into your expertise.
I was about to go there. You gotta bring
You're
it
getting
back.
in your expertise. Hey, let's reel it in. Let's reel it in.
Let's go
But
back.
hey, that's an interesting point, right? As men, we need to build ourselves up to where we can get to where we need to be, to where we can access the type of partners that we want to have. As a broke man, you're only going to deal with broke women that have a broke person's mentality, right? So it's up to you to get your bag up, to get your skills up, get some trades, get a certification, and you have more options for you. So let's talk about some of the jobs, right? Let me start this off. So for my young men out here, because the young youth, that's my passion. I want to put that out there. But we gonna touch on some of the guys that are in mid range. But when it comes to the young guys, if you're struggling to try to become a masculine individual, a masculine man, if you lack the leadership qualities, my recommendation is for you to go into the field of combat arms. All right. So when you go to the field of combat arms, you're gonna have to rough it. You're gonna sleep outside. You're gonna be marching around with a 35, 45 pound backpack on, and it builds character. You'll get out there and you'll be out there in the woods training. You ain't washed your ass in 3 days, 4 days. You
Eating those
smell like
MREs.
eating those MREs. You smell like corn chips and corn nuggets, and it just funk. So once you get out, once you get out of the field, you know you're gonna feel like you accomplished something, right? And that's what we talking about. We talking about, like I said in the last video, we're gonna set goals. And you might have somebody that don't like you, or you feel like they don't like you, and they might just be trying to challenge you. You don't know, you know. So if you do decide, you take a look at this video, and you do decide, hey, joining the military is your choice. Please believe you are going to get challenged. Now, for the guys that are more skilled in different aspects of the military, the military is your oyster. Pick whatever job you want to go into. Get the experience, get the training, get the discipline, get the know-how as far as getting to work on time, getting it in the military. If you're on time, you're late. So you show up early. Once you get out of the military, and you'll still have those core values inside of you, you're gonna realize you are leaps and bounds over the people that didn't join. So when you come in, take advantage of the opportunities that are given to you. Take advantage of the jobs, and hey, you never know. You might find that whatever job that's given to you, that might be your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you now, you come in and you join, you might have opportunities outside of the military sector that's going to pay you way more than what they're going to pay in the military. However, the kickback comes with those benefits. So you're going to pay a lot more for health insurance. You're going to pay a lot more for dental. You know, so
I
just some
know.
things you need to think about. So let's touch on this last topic. We're gonna touch on this last topic, and we're gonna get on up out of here. All right. So the last topic is VA benefits, particularly when we talk about VA loans. What opportunities do they have for VA loans for veterans? Because you on the outside, you can exercise your VA loan more than I can.
Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing better than the VA home loan. I mean, it's the ish. The shit. Like that dude said, I forgot, what was that? The shit? The shit? What's that movie? Tales in the Hood? Tales in the Hood. Shit. That's what it is. You got better rates on home loans. And the thing is, when you go in there, you have to put no money down. I'm looking for a home right now. It's no money down. Only thing you have to do is closing costs. If you got a realtor that's actually worth a damn, they'll get the seller to pay for the closing costs. All you have to do is have a 590 credit score to get approved.
Mm.
I'm not saying have one, build yourself up, because there's still going to be interest rate, but still, that's all you got to do just to get through the door. If you have other things going on, but that's the first thing, you're guaranteed that. And as for, like I said, what else? The VA, you go to the VA hospital, whatever issues in the military, you got health care for life. If you had issues in the military, you will be taken care of. Now, it serves a long time, but that's health care for life. Health care is expensive. I'm telling you right now,
Yeah.
the guy who has to pay for kids on the outside, it kicks your butt. And you better have a job, because if you want to pay health care out of pocket, me and my kids, I was going to try to go Blue Cross Blue Shield out of pocket, $1,100 a month. So I'm going to tell you, the VA will save you a whole bunch of things when it comes to your health care.
What about those? What about those business VA loans?
Oh, the business
Like,
VA loan. Here, if you manage your money right while you're in the military, and I say, young man, stay single, save your money, put over half your paycheck away. You do 4 years, put half your paycheck away. The VA loan, business loan, go up to $250,000, up to $250,000. While you're in the military, work on your credit score, save your money. This way you have cash. When you go to the banks, you have $250,000. I'm looking at certain things, because do I want to start a Baskin Robbins? I was looking at that. That's a cheap one to start. Waffle House, but you got to have $250,000 cash in your bank account. But if you have that, the VA loan. But if you have that, if you saved up over those 8 years, you say you did. If you sign up for 8 years in the military, you something else. But on your first contract, but if you do, you save up that $200,000 in your bank account, the VA loan. That's how you're gonna start your own little Waffle House, and the money's gonna come in, especially building your old hood. Ninja's gonna pay for that waffle and
there
that
you
bacon. I
go.
promise you. But the VA business loan, you just get approved.
There
590
you
on
go.
that too. It's easy. Business and home loan. Long as you're not kicked out the military.
There
Medical
you go.
discharge, honorable discharge, that's it. You are good to go. So you feel like you're gonna start your stuff, and I'll tell you another business people don't want to do for whatever, that you can use the VA business loan just to get your equipment. Landscaping, lawn care. If you're quality with that, people will pay top-notch money for you to cut their yards, rake their leaves, get their snow out their yard. If you're on the East Coast, get their snow out the yard. You can make that money easily and back. You just got to think outside the box. That's why I take time to let your mind develop while in the military. The VA business loan, with your discipline, just think of things that people are too lazy to do. You start your business, you're going to make a whole bunch of money.
There
I
you
swear.
go. You heard it right there. And you know what I'm saying? It's something that you said, think outside the box. And that's what we all about on this channel. That's what the mental agility is about. It's about
Ah, I
thinking
see
outside
what you
the
did.
box,
Mental agility. Oh, being
finding
agile
a,
of mind. Okay.
there you go, finding a way out of no way, you know. And once you find a way out of no way, that's when you make a way to become successful. You know, you'll be so surprised. Like you sit back and you think about the person that made the paperclip. Their family is probably millionaires off of the paperclip, something so small. If you're out here in this world and if you can provide a service that people want, but combine that with the opportunities that the military gives you, the benefits that they give you, be able to get a loan to where you can establish your business, you're already there. And you don't have to do the whole 20 years or whatnot. As a matter of fact, the military is gotten into, well, I'll say it like this. The Army in particular has gotten to this blended retirement to where you can invest into your money. You can invest in yourself before you get out of the military. And the military will match you up to 3%. So you put money in, they put money in, you get out, you got a pension waiting on you when you get out. So but that's all we wanted to touch on right now. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have more collabs coming up in the future.
Absolutely.
Just stay tuned.
And
And I
let you
think,
know, the Bulls won, by the way, came back from 19 down. Want to let you know that.
oh, oh well, here you go, still a Bulls fan. All right, man. Hey, we're gonna catch y'all later. All right.
All right, you take care, young man. Stay on your purpose.
All right. There you go. Stay on your purpose, man. We'll see you later. Peace.